I'm Kevin, otherwise known as Forum BX257, here to bring you another vintage G.I. Joe toy review. And today I'll be doing the 1984 Ripcord, the G.I. Joe Halo jumper. Unfortunately, Ripcord hasn't gotten a lot of love over the past few years. Hasbro lost the name, lost the rights, I should say, to Ripcord. So he's been called a few different things over the course of time when they've tried to redo a paratrooper. The first time is in 2003, where they called the figure Halo Jumper, like that was his code name. And unfortunately, some people kind of dispute whether that was supposed to be Ripcord or not, because he also came on a card which had his name as Airborne, and a completely different file card on the back. Unfortunately, in 2009, they chose the character Ripcord to be played by Marlon Wayans, so, well, obviously he had a very different look. On top of all that, this was the same year that they had decided to make a 25th anniversary version of Ripcord. However, they did two things wrong. First, they called him Specialist Altitude, which I believe is a name from a different character. And on the back, instead of having Wallace A. Weems' file card information, they put the 1990 Freefall character on the back. So some people don't even consider the 25th anniversary Specialist Altitude to even be Ripcord, even though it's quite clearly based on Ripcord's outfit. Ripcord is a very interesting figure with this camouflage all over and his very military look. He came with a helmet, an oxygen mask which plugs into the harness of his parachute pack, and what's called an SLR W1L1 rifle with sight. I'll get to that in a moment. Here I have it just hooked onto his harness, which is not something that they tell you to do, but it is something obviously you can do. The harness is a very strange wrap-around feature which kind of wraps around the actual parachute. I suppose you can have it wrapped around his body with the parachute sort of behind it, but I don't believe it's really supposed to be like that. There's a tendency to pop upwards like that. The helmet and the oxygen mask might look very familiar to you because they're the same as the 1985 mailaway parachute pack. As a matter of fact, there is really no difference between the two. Another interesting thing to note is that the 1985 parachute pack and the 1984 Ripcord are very complementary to each other. The parachute pack, which I'll probably go into detail in its own review, is a Halo or high altitude low opening pack, just like Ripcord should have come with. And now onto Ripcord's gun here. Well, that's all the time I have right now.
please check out my Facebook page for more information and behind-the-scenes photos for these reviews. Thank you for watching this video, and stay tuned for next time to see another 1980s G.I. Joe toy review. See you then!